BC211, how can I help you?
United Way of the Lower Mainland is very excited about supporting 211. We think this is the most innovative new program to be established in the Lower Mainland. It will help bring together services, policy, research into one place that we can all benefit from down the road.
We offer free, multilingual and confidential services to people who are calling from the Lower Mainland, and so that includes Vancouver all the way out to the Fraser Valley, and we also service the Squamish and the Lillooet corridor. When people phone us, we give them information and resources for community services, health services, social services, government, and also recreational services and resources in their local communities.
We have over 5,600 programs and services in the database, and that's just for the 211 catchment area. We also have almost 5,000 resources for the rest of the province to answer the specialty helplines we run.
BC211, how can I help you?
Pretty much anybody from the general public can call 211. Sometimes we have RCMP officers calling, police, people from government employees just looking for information.
Non-government organizations, government services that are direct, as well as lots of volunteer or other kinds of groups. And they cover the whole gamut of social services, human services. So topics like education, housing, counseling, senior services, disability, settlement, almost anything you could imagine really.
BC211, how can I help you?
I would say what's unique is that when somebody calls here, their call will be answered by a certified and trained information and referral specialist. So in that, that includes that we have great assessment skills. So for example, if somebody calls and they're not even sure about where to start, if they have a number of different issues going on, then we are trained to be able to ask them the right questions, be able to listen to them if that's what they need, to be able to figure out what really, their needs are.
A large part of our day-to-day task is researching services, making sure a new program comes that we need to know something about it and have it in the database. We need to update what we have in the database already and make sure that's still up to date and correct. So a big part is making contact with the agencies that are out there, helping them know about us and being able to help us with information.
And are you still at 15521 Russell Avenue in White Rock?
211, I think, will have impact at several different levels. One, it will help people in crisis get to the service when they need it. Two, the information gathered will help generate a lot of new public policy information. And the third, and sometimes the thing we don't think of very often, is what happens in the event of an emergency. How can 211 augment the kind of emergency services we have right now by delivering information, delivering access when people need it the most?
BC211, how can I help you?
The personalized individual attention that I can give to each caller that calls with a unique need or a unique issue. And I think being able to use a database that is so extensive and not feel like, oh, I'm not going to be able to help this person or find a resource for them in their community, that usually there will always be something that we can locate in order to help them get through whatever they're going through that day. As I said, whether it be something very basic that they need or something that's really hit hard in their life at that moment, and we're able to be there for them.
The vision for the United Way of the Lower Mainland is to help change the future of our community. 211 brings an innovation to this work. It will not only get the service to people when they need it, which we know is the biggest barrier for people in crisis. It will get that service to them, but it will also help us gather information, data that we can use in establishing better solutions, better response to the crisis that our community sometimes faces. It's really something that has worked in many other communities across North America. And if we want to actually achieve some of the solutions that our community wants, we need to bring a new tool to this work. And we think that 211 can be that tool in giving us that step ahead in achieving the vision of a better future for this community.
I'm so proud that 211 is finally going to be out there and available to people. I think it can make such a big difference having the right kind of support and information at the right time in people's lives.